up, everybody? Jake coming at you again with Strat Geeks. Wanted to dig a little deeper into the data. Yesterday, I made a 17-minute video showing how I upload all of the data from each one of the 3 main master ORS templates into TradeSync. For this video, I'm not going to run through that again. I've already done that. And then I added yesterday. Yesterday was absolutely incredible. I love when... I mean, most of us out there have probably experienced tweaking a system a little bit, and then the very next day, that's like the worst day. It just seems like it almost always what happens, right? But we did a little bit of tweaking yesterday and actually had an amazing, fantastic day. One of the best days ever for ORS. Let's actually show that day. Show the chart for this video. Let's rewind a little bit. Here we go. So this is the new medium template. Not really a big change. Gave the stops a little bit more room by a few percentage points. Same trading times. We start trading ORS at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So here's the market open, and we use this time here from 9:30 a.m. to 9:45 to determine our opening range, which determines our stops and our targets and our entries for the whole day. So we can see yesterday, I think we're, what does it say? 381 ticks. You can see down there in the bottom left-hand corner. I'm not going to be able to get this perfect, but yeah, down here it's 381. And I'm going to make sure my dog's not going to keep barking. Oh, great. Oh, no, hold on a second. All right, I'm back. I think I got the dog kind of calmed down, but I don't edit my videos. I will push pause on the record every once in a while. I don't consider myself a YouTuber. I consider myself a trader who wants to see other people be successful and make some payouts. And this is how I've made my payouts, and this is how many of our subscribers have made their payouts with this system. So again, we measure the low and the high of the opening range. Then we split that up into 4 sections. And that will look like this. I gotta add my other Fibonacci tool. If you go to stratgeeks.ai and send me a message on Discord, you'll see our link to our Discord channel on stratgeeks.ai. Send me a message on Discord and I can send you this ORS SD lines template. Okay. So we'll just, in backtest mode, it does not draw the lines for us. We just get hash marks there. You can't really see them. But for backtest mode, we'll draw this in by hand here. So we split our opening range up into 1, 2, 3, 4 sections, and our target and our stop are about 2 sections. So our targets and our stops for this day are about 175 ticks. We enter on a pullback to a standard deviation level. So that would be our target. And our stop would be basically 2 lines back. Just like that. And we wait for, oh, looks like I got to refresh my data here for some reason. Let's reload NinjaScript. Should be an F5. Yes. My moving average disappeared somehow. Pausing. Yeah, and our entry criteria are pretty simple. We want to be in a buy zone. Let's zoom in a little bit here. Buy zone, you can see these faintly colored green zones back here, and then there's a very lightly shaded red zone. So here we can see, let's zoom in even more. So with this particular template, we have an offset of a few ticks. So we don't want enter quite right on the deviation line, on the divider line, standard divider SD. So this candle, let's rewind it and I'll show you how it actually goes so you don't have to watch another video. Starting to lose my voice. So 3 things. Our HMA needs to be white. We need to be closing above for a long, HMA needs to be white. We need to be closing above the HMA, and we need to be in a buy zone. We can see this candle right here shifts from a sell zone, and now we're in a buy zone. So we have all three criteria met. As soon as this candle closes, ORS is going to automatically place an order, a limit order. We use only limit orders. That's why our backtests are so freaking accurate. And then as you can see, we pulled back, entered that limit order right here on the offset. Our target, our stop would have been placed right back here, 2 lines back or so. And then our target is 2 lines up. And as you can see, we go ahead and hit the target 2 lines up here. And that's it. I mean, that's pretty much how the strategy works. So just to reiterate, we take the range level, basically, their first 15-minute bar from 9:30 to 9:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That gives us our low and our high in this case. We split it up into 4 sections. This gives us what we call our standard divider, or standard deviation. Standard divider probably makes more sense. Our standard divider for the day is 92 ticks or so. We use 2 standard dividers as our target, 2 standard dividers as our stop, and then we enter on the divider lines only. Long if we're white HMA closing above the HMA and we're in a buy zone. So what a miracle. We actually explain how our strategy works for everybody. Seems like a lot of people who sell things out there don't do that. So as you can see, and then each trade today would have been worth, and we're using 2 micros, so we can easily calculate our risk. The risk management with ORS is pretty amazing. These templates are all flattened risk at 2 micros each. But we can see if our target was indeed 178 ticks, it's pretty much a 1-to-1 risk-reward ratio. So 178 ticks times 50 cents is 89. We're using 2 micros times 2. That means each winner on this particular day would have been about $180, and each loss would have been about $180. And it seems that most of the time, well, we can just show you here on the medium template, for instance. Let's run the data. Strategy performance, fusion, medium data. And to get the full result of what we're looking at here for 180 calendar days, 6 months, you have to add all of the totals here, the 6, the 10, and the 5, 7 all together. But you can't add the drawdowns together. That's because they're not in order. Anyway, so like the average winner is about 178. The average loser is about 200. So that's perfect for most 50K accounts. These templates are optimized to the best of my ability for 50K accounts. Here you can see on the small OR template, we're still around that $200 range here. And on the large template, we're in the more of the, this is a nice positive RVR, risk reward here. So we're actually only risking about 100 on average to make about 150 or so. So here's what I want to do now. I want to show the results with all 3 templates combined on this program. That same thing I did yesterday on a program called Trade Sync. So yeah, and yesterday, let's go all the way to today. Well, here's the overview. Let's look at the overview first. With commissions included, you got to include commissions. 22,800. This is yesterday. It's about a $900 a day yesterday. And then our drawdown. Now imagine that times 10 PA accounts, which many of us have, 5, 10, 15, maybe even up to 20 PA accounts. And some of us are trading even more than one prop firm. So let's look at the other most important part. I actually haven't looked at this since yesterday. I uploaded the trades from yesterday, but yeah, it obviously didn't affect anything. So our max drawdown is under $1,100, which is amazing. So what this program does is it takes all 3 of those templates and it puts all of the trades in order. I think it's almost about 800 trades. I did the math earlier on it. 77, 292, and 420. So that's a heck of a lot of trades. Let's do it. Let's do it. That's 420 plus 292 plus 77. Yeah, almost 800 trade sample size. But yeah, this is kind of cool. Let's look at... Where is it? Here we go. Let's look at TradeSync again, and let's look at the calendar. Let's go all the way back to the start of our period. So November. So this is 180 calendar days from today's date. So it's kind of cool to be able to see the days. And then, of course, we had Thanksgiving, and we are excluding all holidays. Our templates are pretty cool because we can exclude holidays in the backtest with uploading a CSV file. Anyway, pretty cool to see. But let's look at December. Even December was amazing with these templates. But this is what I want people to get used to a $200 loss day or 144 win day, 275, 562, 31 break even day. I mean, every once in a while you get a crazy day like this. Not too many with 2 micros, but that did happen. 95% accuracy we have with our backtest because we don't use auto trailing stops. Those screw everything up. We don't use auto break evens. Those screw backtests up. We don't use market orders. Those screw backtest up. We don't use Renko bars, Heikin-Ashi, any kind of weird volume bars or anything like that. Those are all basically not backtestable. We only use limit orders, so the price has to come to where we want before it is executed, and we don't use trailing stops or anything like that. It is possible if you want. We have that set up in the strategy. If you want to use break evens and auto trails, you can absolutely do that. But yeah, and then you can see December 5,600, January. Of course, that's the first there. No trading. And honestly, are you really even going to trade the Thursday? I mean, you might not even bother trading these 2 days. Ends up being a wash anyway. But yeah, you can see, we get those $600, $700, $800 days, and then, be ready for this too. Minus 600, but then you make up for it here with 1,000. And then, yeah, January. So there's some holidays in there. And 490. I mean, yeah, then you end the week with this. You actually have a flat week here. But then, dang, you end up with this solid week at the end of the month there. Look at that. March ends up with 3,300. There's another $1,200 day, 17 trades. That's a lot of trades. 20 trades. And this is when our opening ranges are starting to get a lot bigger. This is March, January, February, March. Yeah, trade wars in full effect. Things are crazy. And April, 3,900. There's another $600 loss day there, but then, you make up for it here with just this one. 837, 2 couple loss days in a row. And then just get your week totals here. And then May, we're doing all right. Still got some days left in May. First, second. 1199. Yeah, not too bad. Looking pretty good so far. Heck yeah. All right, that's all I wanted to show everybody. Let's get back to the overview real quick. And we got to make sure we include commissions. All right, and there you have it. Jake, StratGeeks. Actually, let's go ahead and show StratGeeks.ai. I think we have one more spot left in the current sale, and then we're going to start something else. But you can go to StratGeeks.ai here, join our Discord server, and then shoot me a direct message, Jake@ORS. Make sure there's no period at the end or anything like that. Jake@ORS. There'll be my picture there. Send me a DM. I'll send you the fib tool if you want, and then the secret code. Okay, Jake, losing his voice, signing out.